Today, we're going to be receiving some coffee into our warehouse. We are going to be inspecting that coffee before it can be used in our production process. And we're going to observe what happens to our lot and our lot status as it moves throughout the inspection process and based on the results of our inspection. So a little bit more about me. I've been with Stoneridge Software for 7 years. I have over 10 years of experience in the Dynamics Nav and Business Central space. My focus is solutioning in the chemical, food, and pharmaceutical industries, and I am a Yavion ProBatch product champion. I've been working with this product for several years now. Yavion is a trusted partner of Stoneridge Software, and these apps allow Business Central to punch above its weight class and provide solutions that are specific to the needs of process manufacturers. So without further ado, we're going to take a look into Business Central, and we're going to receive those coffee beans. All right, so the first thing we're taking a look at here is my inventory summary screen. So the inventory summary screen breaks out my inventory by lot. I'm going to move this. I have a filter on right now for my coffee beans, so we're going to make it a little bit more interesting and look at all my inventory. But you can see that my items are broken down by their specific lot. It tells me where that inventory is located, what location, what bin it's in, how much quantity, of course, that I have on hand. And then I have more additional information as I scroll to the right here about the lot. So I can see the lot status, the date that that lot came into my system, and the date that that lot expires. So I have configured a visual indicator here on the left, this traffic light control. And the way that I've configured it is that I am able to see a traffic light based on the status of my lot. So you can see here, I have a yellow for my quarantine lot and then green for my release lots. So we're going to take a look here at the product that we're going to be working with today. So these are some coffee beans. You can see that I currently have 3 lots in my inventory. All 3 of those lots have a green visual indicator, which means that they're in a release status. And I've had a truck pull up to my warehouse and with more of these coffee beans that I need to receive. So I'm going to go into my warehouse receipt here. I'm now playing the role of a warehouse employee. Again, that truck has backed up to my warehouse. I am checking to make sure that I've received all of the quantity I'm supposed to receive, along with the corresponding paperwork. And the first thing that I need to enter into Business Central is the lot information. So on my warehouse receipt here, you can see I have a red indicator that we still need to assign lot tracking to this item. I'm going to open up my item tracking screen. I'm going to have the system assign a lot number for me. I'm going to perhaps type in the vendor lot number here, and then I'm going to enter in my expiration date. Once I've done that, you can see that that red symbol has now changed to a green checkbox, showing me that I have completed all the data entry that's required related to the lot tracking. So I know all my lots have been tracked. The next thing as the warehouse employee that I need to do is I need to perform a visual inspection on the coffee beans that I've received. So I'm going to go into the functions menu here and go to actual value recording. I have a couple of inspection groups I've configured. I'm going to choose the visual check for my receipt. And you can see here that I need to perform a visual inspection on the packaging and ensure that the certificate of analysis is attached. So I'm going to go ahead and record that these features have passed. I did get my COA and my packaging looks good. And now that I performed that visual inspection, I'm ready to receive the inventory into my warehouse. So I'm going to go ahead and post the receipt here. And after I posted that receipt, I can go back to my inventory summary and let me refresh my filter. I'm going to see now that that lot that I just received is in my inventory, and this yellow indicator shows me that it's in a quarantine lot status. So what does that mean? The quarantine lot status means that I have additional inspections that need to be performed by my lab in my case, and I cannot yet use this lot in my production process. So I've configured my system that a lot must be released in order to use it in production picking, in production, in the case of a finished good, in order to pick it or ship it. And now we're going to go ahead and walk over to the lab. So my lab has received a sample of those coffee beans. We are going to check and confirm that we are performing the right inspection related to the lot that I have in my samples. So I've checked it's lot 110. I'm going to open up that inspection order. And as I scroll down here, you can see those features that were recorded in my receipt. So my warehouse employee was not interacting with this document directly. They were interacting with the behind the scenes. We don't want them in our release inspection order, but they were able to record the value of these features. And now in the lab, I can see what those test results are. So scrolling over to the right, I can see what was entered there in the receiving area. And now I'm going to perform those additional lab inspections. So I'm going to go to my actual value recording. And in my case, I'm going to pick the lab inspection group. I've just configured something simple for us to look at. This is a sensory inspection with a pass or fail, but there's a lot you can do with these inspection features. You can configure an inspection feature for whatever it is that you need to inspect in your business, and you can record the values in multiple different ways. It could be a decimal value with a lower and upper tolerance limit. We could do calculations based on those features. I can enter text values. So again, lots of different ways that we can record our inspection results. But for today, in my simple example, it's just a pass or fail. And I'm actually going to say that my sensory test failed. And we'll pick the fail option here. And back on my inspection order, now that I've done that, I'm going to scroll to the top, and you can see that the status of my inspection order is inspection finished. That's telling me that all of the features that were required to have some data entry or a value entered have been entered. And then my within limits checkbox is turned off, indicating to me that something in my test, at least one thing, did not pass inspection. As a lab technician, I'm going to go ahead and finish this inspection order. I'm going to notice that the status is going to change from released to finished. Oh, that's the wrong button. I need to pick this one here. And now I'm opening up here my finished inspection order. So let's go back and take a look at our inventory summary. So the last time we looked at this lot, it was yellow. It was in a quarantine status. I'm going to refresh my filter here, and we can now see that this lot is has a red circle. So if I scroll to the right here, it's actually in a blocked status. So I've configured my system to automatically update the lot status based on the results of the inspection. Had it passed, the lot status would have been released. If you are in an industry that's regulated in a way where it can't be automated, that's completely okay. We don't have to configure it that way. For a lot of my clients who don't have that extra level of requirements, they prefer that it's automated, and that's what I've shown you today, but not required to work that way. So back in my finished inspection order, we are going to walk through another scenario where we're going to request an approved deviation on this lot. So perhaps quality technician, it didn't technically pass, but we believe that this is still a usable product. I'm going to go ahead and go into my usage decision. And this opens up a document called a lot number information modification. And what this is showing me here on the left-hand side is here's everything that's currently recorded on this lot. And the right-hand side are things that I can change. So I'm going to enter in a reason code of approved deviation, and I'm going to change my status here to released. But if I try to post this, I'm going to get an error message because I have configured a rule that this type of a change requires an electronic signature. So you'll see this box here on the right-hand side for the electronic signature. With this app, this box is embedded into several areas of the application. So I could require an electronic signature, for example, to certify a BOM and a routing, to perhaps finish an inspection order, maybe even to finish a production order, and many, many other areas as well. So as the requester, I'm requesting this deviation here. I am going to go down to my electronic signature, and I am going to request my electronic signature. I can enter some comments here, and now I can see that I have an electronic signature with a status of requested. It shows who requested it, and this has resulted in an email being sent to the approver, who will then be able to click on a link in the email that will bring them right back to this document. So, typically the approver would be somebody different than the requester, but in this case, for my demonstration today, I configured the system to allow me to do it. But of course, you could prevent that if you like. But as the approver now, I have clicked on that link. It's brought me back to this document. I can see what is being changed here. I can click on the electronic signature request. I can see who requested it and comments they may have entered. And then, of course, I can make a decision on whether I want to approve or reject this. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and sign this request. It requires me to enter a password, and I can enter some documentation as well. So we'll go ahead and sign this. Now, what's happened is the person who originally requested the approval is going to get an email letting them know that it's been approved. They can, of course, click on a link that will navigate them back to this document here. And now all they need to do is post it to complete the status change. So we're going to go ahead and post this here. And going back to our inventory summary screen, as you recall, previously this lot was blocked. I'm going to refresh my filter here, and we can see that after I completed the electronic signature and posted that lot modification, that this lot is now released and available for use in my system. So to recap what we've done today, we received some inventory into our warehouse. We performed an inspection at the receiving area for that inventory. We then took a sample and sent that to our lab. Our lab performed some additional inspections and recorded the values of those inspections. We finished that inspection order. That action resulted in our lot being blocked because one of our tests did not pass. We then requested a modification to that lot, which was approved via an electronic signature, and we were able to change that lot status at that point to a release status. So I have one more thing to share with you today, and what I'm showing you here is a QR code that you can scan to get the PB365 Advanced Inventory Summary for free. So that inventory summary screen that I showed you, where we had the lots broken out, where we could see in our inventory what location those lots were in, etc. That is available for free, no strings attached. You can scan this QR code and see how to download that on AppSource.